Hello everyone, there has been a large surge of isekai anime in recent years. Although someone is sent to another world in all of them, each series tries to stand out in its own unique way. They do this by giving the character an unconventional background, by changing the type of world the character is sent to, or they give the protagonist some kind of special power that can't be found anywhere else. With so many isekai stories in existence, it's only natural that some series attempt to challenge at least one of the many classic isekai tropes that are present in the genre. Before we start, be sure you subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notifications of new videos. Number 10 InuYasha. By traveling through the Bone Eater's Well, Kagome Higurashi is able to go back in time to the feudal era. Surprisingly, Japan was filled with countless demons in the past. She meets a half-demon named InuYasha, who travels with her after she shatters a jewel capable of turning him into a full-fledged demon. Their goal is to collect the pieces of the Shikong jewel, while they try to stay alive in a dangerous but unique interpretation of the past.
Which would mean I'm not in the hospital. Okay, so where the hell am I? Huh? What's this?
Number 9. The time I got reincarnated as a slime. The protagonist is reborn as a powerful slime. Satoru Makami is an individual that is satisfied with his average lifestyle, but he dies in an accident and gets transported to another world as an impossibly powerful slime. He gains the skills of whatever he consumes, which helps him grow stronger. With his newfound strength and compassionate nature, he helps many of the monsters in Great Jura Forest, thus gaining their trust. Although there are many isekai in which characters are reborn as something other than human, it was the first anime the protagonist was turned into a slime.
An apocalyptic prophecy. The world will be destroyed by waves of catastrophe. 4 heroes were summoned to protect the world from these waves.
Number 8. The Rising of the Shield Hero. Naofumi Iwatani is summoned as one of 4 heroes. The story has 2 surprising elements from the start. Not only is he the only hero completely unfamiliar with the world's setting, but the kingdom's citizens seem to hate him because he is the shield hero. He is framed for a crime that he didn't commit, which leads to him becoming a bitter and closed-off individual who has to work alone. He eventually gains companions who teach him to trust again, but the start of his journey was rougher than most.
As representative of the Eastern Federation, I'm taking revenge on you right now.
Priestess, no!
Shall I say it again? You've caused me an awful lot of trouble. Your death will not be painless.
Alrighty then.
Number 7. No Game No Life. Shiro and Sora are siblings who are known for being undefeated gamers. After winning a game against a god from another world, they are invited and sent to another world. In this world, there are laws that prevent violence. People resolve their issues by playing games, which often favor the most intelligent. Even political issues are solved through games. The siblings make it their goal to conquer all of the world's kingdoms so that they will have an opportunity to play against the world's god again.
Everyone, at attention! A message from the battalion commander.
Number 6. The Saga of Tanya the Evil. In the midst of being murdered by a man that the protagonist heartlessly fired, he is confronted by something that claims to be God. Unimpressed, he addresses it as being X instead. Being X sends him to another world in hopes that being in dire straits would make him turn to it for help. The protagonist is reborn as Tanya and determined not to rely on being X for salvation, she works hard to pave a safe and comfortable life for herself.
Come forth, Seiya Ryugyuin!
Number 5 Cautious Hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious. Despite his ridiculously high stats, Hero Seiya Ryugan is the type of hero that likes to over-prepare. When he is summoned by the goddess Restart, he refuses to set foot in the other world until he does a huge amount of training first. He doesn't trust anything, and he even uses his most powerful attacks on the weakest of enemies despite it being overkill. His actions make sense, as no one wants to die in an attempt to save another world. Number 4 Do you love your mom and her two-hit multi-target attacks? Although Masato Usuki is initially excited to go to another world, his anticipation dies down the moment when he realizes that his overly affectionate mother is right there with him. He still attempts to enjoy the fantasy of wielding power from another world. Sadly, his mother and her two swords are so powerful that it's not really necessary for him to do anything. It's eventually revealed that the world was created in the hopes that parents and children will be able to strengthen their bonds. Number 3 Digimon, Digital Monsters. 7 children are transported to the digital world, which is inhabited by a vast number of digital monsters, or Digimon. They discover that they each have a partner Digimon, and with the power of the Digivices that they found in the human world, they are able to temporarily evolve their partner Digimon into stronger forms. Not all Digimon are good, so the children have to figure out a way to fight off their enemies as well as care for themselves and their Digimon. Number 2 Kemono Michi, Rise Up. In his original world, Genzo Shibata is known as the professional wrestler, Animal Mask. He adores animals to the point where his dream is to open a pet shop. He gets summoned to a different world, where the princess asks him to slay beasts, and as an animal lover, this infuriates him and he naturally refuses. Instead, his new goal is to meet as many animals in this world as possible, getting excited with each new find.
It hurts.
Do you want to die?
Die? Am I dead? Am I still alive?
Now slowly.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh. I'm dead. What's...
Number 1 Re:Zero Starting Life in Another World. When Subaru Natsuki leaves the convenience store, the last thing he expects is to be wrenched from his everyday life and dropped into a fantasy world. He meets and befriends an elf named Amelia, one of the candidates for the kingdom's next ruler. He is quick to discover that he gets sent back to a certain point in time each time he dies. Subaru doesn't have any abilities that allow him to defeat his enemies in a flash. Rather, he has to take advantage of his time-traveling ability to outsmart his foes and to gently guide the people around him into acting a certain way in order to avoid catastrophic events. Alright everyone, that is it from today's video on Top 10 Isekai Anime. If you do not agree with the points in the video and have some of your own opinions, share them with us in the comments section down below. And if you like this video, then do share with your friends.